Hi everyone, I'm ready to transplant the okras. So we're gonna start with the smaller okras. So we have these are the soil that we put together. These are a mixture of good soil and some of the peat moss, and also I added about a tablespoon of plant food in this one here. This one, something like this, right? About now it's about add more, more or less 2 tablespoons of this plant food in here. So we're gonna plant this one up, and the first thing to do is basically loosen up the roots on here, so we can just dig it out. And the good thing is I have a lot of space here because I put some. This has used to have an empty. This has an empty area here where I put the bottles, so they have a space here, so we can loosen up the roots and not to disturb them too much. Right, so we'll try to grab the root as much as we can. So there you are. So we're just gonna transplant them. So they are doing very well in a container, but I am run out of a container to use for composting. So I'm gonna have to transplant them. So this is it. Just try to grab as many roots as possible so that when you transplant it, they are not gonna be so disturbed. So we're gonna take away this porcelain. These porcelain are actually edible. And so they are also very good. All you have to do is saute this one in garlic. So I will find a spot for this where I can plant this one, those porcelain one. Okay, so that's it. So this is it, guys. So the planting method is that you only try to bury the plant only up to the last part of the soil. You don't want to bury it deeper than that. So it's basically just trying to adapt to where it come from, right? So just that side in there. So we're gonna try to see if it's, yeah, so that's good. So that's how far we're gonna cover this one. We're not gonna cover it too deep. We're just gonna adapt to where it was. Okay, so that's how you transplant some plants. And then you also press it hard, so you can release the excess air from the ground that's inside it. Especially this, you can see how loose is this soil because our soil is so sandy. So we just add a lot of soil modifier here just now, and so we're just gonna press it down. You're gonna have to press it down to remove the excess air of the ground, and that's what will make it. That's that's it. And then you have to just water them a lot with water. But for now, I have a lot more to transplant. There is more to do it so that we can pre some containers, and hopefully that the weather is not gonna affect them. It's a little bit cooler now. It's not that 30 degrees anymore. So maybe we are on the 24 to 26 degrees only. So it's cooler than for transplanting. So in transplanting, it's also important to think about the temperature, because if it's too hot, it's something that can shock them. So it's important for the temperature, and also to the make sure that you try not to disturb the roots as well. So we're gonna get more of this. So more of this here, and we're gonna try to remove as many as we can by just trying not to disturb as many roots as possible. And we're gonna try to dig it and get as many roots as possible as we dig it. Okay, so that's it. More to transplant. Okay, all right, so that is good. So as you see, guys, I grabbed as many roots as possible in this one here, right there. So that's it. So this is a nice dig. As you can see, I got so many roots there. Let's just get there. So we're gonna do the same thing, more or less tablespoon of food of 2 tablespoons of all-purpose food in there, so that, and then we can mix that in the ground, that food, plant food. Okay, and then we'll try to bury it not too deep. Take away those extra grass. You don't want the grass there. So there you go. So that is how we transplant our okras.